In this day and age of instant information, the fact that some people still don't understand comic books really just blows me away. Hey everybody, Steve here. Been away for a little while. Did some vacationing. Saw some family back up in PA. Catching up on some writing. Getting ready for a book signing the beginning of August. Kind of not been here on the YouTubes much, but I'm back. And funny, got back from vacation, all rested and relaxed and ready to tackle the rest of the year. Checked my email and things, and I saw that somebody had posted a comment on a short that I have. I will put the link to the short down in the comments so you guys can see what this Galaxy Brain is talking about. But he saw some comics that I had, and apparently he thought they were, well, he thought they're not real. He left several comments, but the one comment in particular I want to go over is this one about how they're if they have a picture in the bottom left-hand corner, it's a reprint and it's not real. It's only real if it has a barcode in the bottom left-hand corner. Well, Mr. Adam, whatever your name is, I forget it now. You're wrong. If you would do just a tiny bit of research before you decide to leave comments, you wouldn't make yourself look silly. So let's talk about this. There is a difference between the picture and the barcode. It's called the newsstand edition versus the direct edition. Now, what's the difference? Well, the difference has to do with money, and I'm not going to get into the weeds on that. There is an article that I'm going to be drawing from. I'm going to leave that link also in the comments. You guys can read the whole article. It's a great article. It's going to explain why there's a difference between newsstand and direct, but I'm just going to hit the highlights. So for Mr. Adam and the rest of you who are not quite sure what's going on with direct versus newsstand, here you go. From the time comic books began, there were newsstand editions and only newsstand editions. Newsstand didn't mean that they were just sold in newsstands. They were also sold in drugstores, grocery stores, convenience stores, pretty much any place you could hold a magazine rack or a spinner rack. Well, I can attest to this because growing up in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, the biggest convenience store chain we had was called Turkey Hill Minute Market. And whenever I couldn't find a comic book at my comic book store because it would be sold out, I would scour every Turkey Hill convenience store around my area, and there were a lot of them. You couldn't swing an outdated comic book without hitting 5 of them within a mile. Anybody who's from Pennsylvania who knows about Turkey Hill, you know what I'm talking about. This is your typical newsstand edition. It has the barcode. Not very strange. Let's go on. Again, not getting in the weeds of the money thing, but because of money, they decided to split the covers into direct editions that were sold directly to comic book stores, and the newsstand editions, which were on the spinner racks and the magazine racks in every place that wasn't a comic book store. So to differentiate between these two, and so that companies could get whatever monies they felt they were owed, they started to differentiate. And to differentiate the comics to be sold in the direct market, beginning with the comics cover dated May 1979, Marvel printed books with a blank box instead of the UPC code. For books cover dated June 1979, the differentiator would be a diagonal line running through the UPC code. Here I have Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man #1 from 1979. Notice the diagonal line running through the barcode. Not a reprint. It's real. I think I spent like $30 on that comic book. Let's continue. And by February 1980, the differentiator became the Spider-Man face that would adorn nearly every Marvel comic sold in the direct market throughout the 1980s. And here we go. Spider-Man. Fantastic Four number 222, if you want to look it up. The date in the corner box here says 1980. Now, they kept this up well into the 90s. Some examples. 1990, Spider-Man. 1991, Spider-Man. 1992, Spider-Man. I got a lot of Spider-Man comics. It's just easy to pull them out. Now, eventually, unfortunately, the newsstand editions went away. The spinner racks disappeared. You didn't see a whole lot of them sold in grocery stores or convenience stores anymore. And then you got stuff like this. You got the barcode with direct edition written right on there. So they got rid of the little corner picture. I liked the corner picture when I got my comics from the comic book store. I thought it was unique. It was fun. DC did it too. Normally they just had like a DC logo in the corner. But these are not reprints. This is what differentiated the direct edition from the newsstand edition. And if Mr. Adam had done any kind of research, if he would have just Googled it before he decided to make a foolish comment, then he wouldn't have said something dumb. But because he, and I'm sure there are a lot of other people who claim to know things about comic books, but they don't, they're going to leave silly, goofy comments on things, and they're going to make themselves sound goofy. Well, Mr. Adam, before this video is over, I'm going to leave you with a, if you're watching, with a quote that specifically speaks to you. I think it's something that you should grab a hold of and make it your mantra for the rest of your life. I want to thank everybody else for watching. I want to thank you guys for subscribing. I hit 900 subscribers, and that is wonderful. You guys are great. You are really doing. I'm amazed that you guys are watching. I'm happy you guys are watching. And if you want to support this channel, behind me are some books. Deadlock and Fallout. If you are a fan of superhero stories, those are two superhero stories that I'm working on. They're not crowdfunded. Everything I do is out of pocket. I pay for everything. I pay for the printing. I pay for the. Well, I don't pay for the printing. It's on Amazon. But I paid for, I paid for the editor. I paid for the cover art. I paid everything out of my own pocket. I didn't ask anybody for one single dime. The only time I'm asking people for money is if you want to buy the book. So it's all on me to get the book ready. And then which that means it's cheaper. These books, think of them as ungraphic novels. Same awesome superhero action stories that you get in a comic book, just without the graphics. Hence, ungraphic novel. You got to supply your own pictures. But if you want to help the channel, there's some books. Amazon. That link is in the bottom, in the comments below as well. So thank you guys for watching. I'm refreshed from vacation. I will be back with a lot more stuff now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.